guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video, as I hope all of you are doing well, because wow, what's just happened? What's just happened in the FA Cup? What a beautiful competition this competition is. The world's oldest footballing competition. Yes, for those that don't know, the world's oldest football heritage, because it offers moments like this, where we've witnessed what's happened. Not only earlier on at Tottenham, well, where Tottenham were playing Tamworth, at Tamworth, and then the net in one of the goals had to be done with sellotape or masking tape, what it was, to get it all back stuck together. That's the FA Cup. You know, that's the essence of Sunday League coming into the mainstream game. Beautiful, beautiful moments in terms of something like that happening. That went all the way into extra time for Tottenham to beat non-league, semi-pro, National League Tamworth, by the way. But then we got the icing on the cake during the night. We got the icing on the cake. It's just gone down now, where Manchester United, down to 10 men, have knocked out Arsenal of the third round of the FA Cup at the Emirates. So we're going to start there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. What is going on, lads? What is going on? You know, not only is it now pretty much certain that Arteta will go another season trophyless, but look in the way that it happened. There's no excuse. I mean, can I just say, Kai Havertz missing the penalty. From a Chelsea perspective, right? Look, a lot of us on the Chelsea end have criticised the business that Chelsea have done. But if there's a few things Chelsea fans cannot criticise anything about, right? It is selling Mason Mount and selling Kai Havertz. And if you want to stick Timo Werner into there too, it is how did Thomas Tuchel win a Champions League with these guys and beat Pep Guardiola in the final? It's incredible. We actually had all three players at their all-time highs. And they've left, and we've got big money for them, and they've all declined. All declined. Declined hard. Mount is pretty much finished. Kai Havertz, no one's going to figure out how he's meant to play, where he's meant to play, if he's meant to play, as Jose used to say. No one's going to figure it out at this point. And, well, Timo Werner is doing side quests at Tottenham, trying to hold them back against Tamworth. So, how we managed to do what we did? Thomas Tuchel, you, sir, are a legend of football. I think everyone should give a flipping 2-minute salute to Thomas Tuchel, who is now the England manager. Thank you very much. This is why England are going to win the World Cup. This is why. Look what he managed to do with Chelsea. Is that not enough of a case study for all of you? He's incredible. Kai Havertz, no influence whatsoever. Actually, he had an influence. He missed a couple of times. The dive for the penalty in the first instance, by the way, was just pathetic. Yeah, really, really bad. But the referee gave it, and for that, I'm not going to blame Kai Havertz completely, or put all of it on him, because it's an opportunity. He's an opportunist. He took it and it worked. It's the referee that's an idiot. You know, the linesman. No one's watching. Like, what's going on? Anyway, penalty missed. But the issue with today for Arsenal wasn't, it wasn't, you know, the fact I went all the way to penalties or, no, let's put things into context here. Arsenal were 1-0 down. Dominated already. And then United went down to 10 men. Correctly so. Correctly so. That was a second yellow card. No debate. And then Arsenal get one back. But after that, nothing. Nothing. And this is my problem with Arsenal. How is it against 10-man Man United? You're playing at home. You're in the cup. The momentum has shifted. You know there's no replay. You know you have to go all guns blazing. But as the game went on, even with the things that are holding Man United back, it seemed like Man United were going to be the team to come out of it as winners. the game went on all the way up until the end. You could feel this was swinging more into Man United's favour. How? How are Arsenal allowing that to happen on their home turf? And they've got one extra man. It goes into extra time and the same situation. I was watching, just waiting for Man United to hit them on the counter and score. There was no threat from Arsenal whatsoever, at least in open play. When it's a corner or something, okay, you got to wait and be like, okay, is something going to happen here? You know, from set piece FC? Turned out, no. In fact, can I say, the Man United goalkeeper today, Bayende, what a display. What a display from him. Fantastic. Absolutely class from him. In terms of during the game and on pens, right? He saved the Havertz penalty, very soft penalty, but a good save. So credit to him. But Arsenal just, with all of the advantages, it didn't look like they were going to score. It didn't look like they were going to win. The game went on. It was starting to slip out of their hands more and more and more. And then the pressure got to them, and they couldn't win on pens. They couldn't win on pens, even with the whole stadium behind them. Not good enough. Not good enough. And now, why this is a big deal is because tonight, you best believe, we're going to hear about Arteta. Tonight is the night it begins. Tonight is the night it begins. Why? Because of what I said earlier. This is going to be another season without a trophy for Arsenal under Arteta. And this is where I think it's the last straw. And this is where I think Arsenal fans are probably going to get a reality check tonight. And they're going to look at this and go, okay, you know what? This is not good enough. It's over. And I expect it to start kicking off in the Arsenal fan base tonight. I do. So, with all due respect, we will be there. We will be there. You best believe we're all tuning in to all the channels. All of them. You best believe all of them are being watched tonight with popcorn. But that's Arsenal out of the FA Cup. Fair play to Manchester United. They got the job done. And I don't know, it is up. Are United starting to build some sort of at least defensive stability? You know, are they starting to find their feet now after a lot of turbulence and a lot of chaos at that football club on a footballing level? The performance against Liverpool, the performance tonight, are they starting to find their feet under Ruben Amorim? We'll wait and see. It's still a bit early, but good signs. Definitely good signs for them. So, let's move to matters at Chelsea, and we're going to start off between Crystal Palace and Chelsea because Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner had something to say today, which was that Trevor Chalobah didn't play today for contractual issues. Right? I know he wants, and we want him to stay, but we still have 19 days, so anything can happen. Also said, I want Chalobah to stay, and now I know Mark Gurhey also wants to stay. This he mentioned because Chalobah didn't play. And the reason why he said that Chalobah doesn't play is because of contract. But you probably are asking, well, what's the issue? He's on loan and he's not playing against Chelsea, so there's no problem here. There is. If Chelsea don't want him to play, because if he does, he'll be cup tied. If he plays tonight and then he comes back to Chelsea, he can't play in the FA Cup for Chelsea. He'll be cup tied. Done. And that's something Chelsea don't want. So clearly Chelsea have been in touch with Crystal Palace telling them do not play Chalobah today. Because there is a chance here that Chalobah could be coming back to Chelsea, it seems. Now, personally, like I've said before, I think it would make Chelsea look embarrassing. And it would make them look a bit stupid. But you know what? I think that damage has already been done. If I'm being completely honest. So screw it. Bring Chalobah back. I'm in favour of bringing Chalobah back and not making any crazy moves until the summer in terms of the centre-back position. Yeah? I wouldn't want Chelsea to go and just, go and get Mark Gurhey and done, and then that's it. We're not going to look at centre-backs again. I would rather give a bigger opportunity in the summer to go and get something proper done, where we can get some serious business done, and in the meantime, we'll make do with Chalobah. I'll be happy with that. That's what I would do. So, we'll wait and see. But Chalobah didn't play. We now know why. Mark Gurhey as well. We will see what happens. But I've given you what I think needs to happen and what I think we should do. Let's wait and see. Now, talking about our centre-backs. A couple of days ago, I mentioned that Juventus are interested in signing Disasi. Well, it's come out from Patty, shout out, that Juventus won't be signing Disasi. The negotiation is now dead. So any sort of amore that I had for Juventus is also now dead. Thanks for nothing, Juventus. We thought you were smart people, you know, that would want to go and get a fantastic defender like Axel Disasi. How can you turn that negotiation down? How has that happened? How? I mean, we know how, but let's pretend we don't. Any clubs interested in the phenomenal Axel Disasi, you know where to come to. Make your interest known now, as it's first come, first serve. You don't want to miss out on this fantastic opportunity. Make your bid today. I hope that worked. Anyway, he also goes on to say that Chelsea had Alphonso Davies as one of the options last summer, but now that interest has been closed. And the player wasn't interested, and that's why. Chelsea will now sell Veiga only if they meet a certain valuation, and that came out after the news today, which is the main story of this video, aside from the FA Cup tie, that Renato Veiga wants to join Dortmund and has agreed. And Dortmund now trying to find an agreement with Chelsea, the deal looking like a potential loan plus an option to buy. This is interesting to say the least. That's come from Patrick Berger of Sky Sports in Germany, and alongside him Florian Plettenberg, who's given us the exclusive, saying Borussia Dortmund have reached a total verbal agreement with Renato Veiga. Dortmund now pushing to sign a 21-year-old left-back from Chelsea. Veiga keen on move to Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund now trying to find an agreement with Chelsea about a loan deal with an option to buy. I have one question. One question. Why did we buy this brother? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Any sense. This is insane. Now, Renato Veiga, yeah? As a backup right now, yeah. But let's be honest here. Is he someone that is at the level that Chelsea needs to be competing for silverware? No. Just no. No. So, if this was before, because we bought him for what, 10 million? If this was before, right, and we had links with Renato Veiga, and then it come out saying, the move's broken down, Renato Veiga's not coming to Chelsea, the deal's off. You think I'd be heartbroken? I wouldn't be heartbroken. I'd be like, alright, cool. Next. Because there was no real expectation about this player. But now that we've seen him, also, you know, but when you're looking at scouts and the club and the directors and our recruitment and our policy, right? What is the objective in buying a player, no matter who it is, no matter how good or bad they are? Disasi's included here. We'd all love to see Disasi go, but you have to question, why buy him in the first place? You know, these players that we seem to be, I mean, Dewsbury Hall's another one. Why buy him in the first place? Renato Veiga, why buy him in the first place? What is this recruitment? What is this? Now, some people are correctly going to make the point and say, oh no, but Younes, it's just to make a bit of money. You're right. You're right. It is. But is this what is now deemed today in 2025 as a sustainable financial model? Have a day off. Have a day off. Sustainable? This is dangerous. Yeah, you're going to make a quick buck. But you know what they say about easy money? It comes and goes real quick. Real quick. It's not the right way to do it. It's really not. If you want to save on costs in the long run, okay, cool. Buy quality that you can look at and go, this is a player that we are definitely sticking with. We know he is a player that we want to keep for the future as well. Someone that we want to tie down and hope that he retires here. Or at the bare minimum, we want to try and get a 10-year window with this player. Yeah? Over 2 or 3 contract negotiations, we can hopefully keep this player for a decade. That's how you think. That's how you get a player in, keep the player, and don't need to spend anymore. But I don't say don't need to spend at all. Obviously, you go and make upgrades in future transfer windows. You get 1 or 2 players in just to upgrade the squad. Upgrade the team a little bit. But you don't keep flipping burgers. We're flipping burgers right now. This is insane. I feel like I'm in a McDonald's or something. I'm just seeing burger after burger after burger. Actually, Burger King is probably more suited for this. You know, flame grilled and everything. Flame grilled. None of this electric nonsense. Or just pure heat. None of that. Flame. Fire. It does not make any sense. Because now, okay, what are we going to do now? Okay, we sell him. Now we need a new left back backup. What are we going to do? Get someone in and flip him next summer? This doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense. So, he's keen as well. He wants to go. Renato Veiga wants to leave. I'm not surprised, personally. But then again, that's up to him. At the same time, he hasn't impressed. Not to the point where it's like, oh my God, we must keep him. He hasn't done it. So I also question the whole point of getting him in the first place, because surely people that were paying attention to the player knows what he's about. Surely. We don't, as fans, we don't. We're not scouting players. We're not going around and looking at every single little metric and every detail. I mean, okay, this is the cherry on the cake. We're meant to be a club that's now looking at data. Data. I'm sorry, did the data not pick up on any of these players that we've got in just last summer and now we all want to get rid of? Did the data not tell you anything? Or what a surprise. I'm not shocked. I am not shocked that the data has been flawed. Clearly, the data's flawed. The data's not giving you enough, is it? Unbelievable. To add to this, by the way, I know in other news that Kyle Walker has openly said that he wants to leave. And he's told Pep Guardiola this, that he wants to leave the football club. And AC Milan are very, very interested, and it looks like it could be them. So we'll wait and see what happens in regards to that. But there is also, Chelsea have been linked now with, and if I'm going to try and get this up, I would normally put this on the screen for you guys, but a player who plays for Deportivo La Coruña. Now, if you're old school, yeah, Deportivo La Coruña are basically like what PSG would be now, right? In terms of European football. Deportivo La Coruña were... Actually, no, let me take that back. You see how people look at Atletico Madrid now? That used to be Deportivo La Coruña. We remember. Man United used to play Deportivo quite a lot back in the day in the Champions League as well. I remember that. Deportivo got relegated, and now they're in the second division. They're in the second... the division below La Liga. And it's here, it's come out today that Chelsea have made a bid to sign left winger Yeremy Hernandez from Deportivo La Coruña. I'm going to be honest to you guys. Like Conor McGregor said, who the hell is that guy? I ain't got a clue who this brother is. I never heard of him. I don't know. I don't even know what he looks like. I mean, as of earlier on, I had no idea what he looked like. And then I saw a picture of the post on X. So I now know what he looks like. But I genuinely have no idea. And I'm going to be honest. If this is the sort of player that we're now looking at, why don't we just stick with Tyreek George as a backup then? What's the issue there? Because I severely doubt that this player right now, at his point in time, is better than Tyreek George, who's come out the academy and is ready to go. Not as a first team player, not as he's in the starting 11, no, as someone that has just come into the squad and is there as backup just in case. Yeah? Someone to take our time with and give minutes to here and there and allow us to, take the slow route. With Mudryk being suspended now, and like we've said before, he's not going to be coming back from this, no chance. We're turning to this brother from Deportivo La Coruña. So what's the aim here? We're going to sell Tyreek George? Pure profit? I wouldn't put it past them. Not to say, by the way, that this player is rubbish. I'm not saying that, because then I would be saying Tyreek George is rubbish. No, I'm just saying, what's the point? What's the point? Now, if we're going in and we're getting someone proper, you said that we were going to go in and get Kvaratskhelia. Okay. At this point, I'm like, okay, are we actually going in for him? Fair play. You have my attention. I can't say no to a player like that. But what are we doing? But anyway, like I said, some players can be gems. Some players can be really good. And I'm not taking anything away from this player. But what is the plan? This is my whole point is, what is the plan? Because so far, this recruitment is looking like there's more misses than hits. And there have been some hits, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot more misses. A lot more misses. So, again, what is the plan? And what is the aim? And what will we do? We'll wait and see. But let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. It's now time for me to go and get popcorn. Arsenal fans, it's time to work your magic. Let the OGs, yeah? When it comes to meltdown, they are the OGs. It's time to witness how the originals used to do it. And how the OGs, no one does it better like the original. Yeah, there's no copy as good as the original. So it's let the Arsenal fans cook. Let them cook. I am going to be sitting here with my popcorn, witnessing the absolute scenes tonight. So I advise you all go and do the same. I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you are new, notification bell on. And I'll catch all of you tomorrow in a bit, people. Look after yourselves. Take care.